Rolling Stones interview, Dylan calls his critics wussies, saying that he merely quotes other artists and that the art of quoting is an old tradition. Can quoting music be considered plagiarism? And how much quoting is too much? And where exactly does Bob Dylan fall along those lines?
Well, it really just depends on how far back he has been quoting. Keep in mind, he wrote music long, long before all of us were born here. So, and plagiarism really wasn't as big of a deal as it is now back in the 1960s. So I think this is really an old school situation meets new school laws. I mean, you can definitely quote way too much. I mean, but we see it all the time now. I mean, most rap songs now, we have beats from classic stuff. I'm trying to think what else. There's a Nelly song that rips off the old NBA on NBC theme, Heart of a Champion. You can clearly recognize that if you're a sports geek like me. I'm trying to think what else. I know there's a Notorious B.I.G. song that does the same thing,
right.
But I can't think of the actual song it was ripped off from. So there is a lot of quoting going on, but it's just really tough to judge it, especially in that situation. He does seem a little offensive about it, though.
Mm-hmm. He did get very offensive about it. And I do feel that because, like, this has happened a lot, again, with this kind of a thing. And I don't know, it just kind of makes you question, like, with his reaction and with people saying, like, oh, this has happened before in all your other songs. Mm-hmm. Like, is it plagiarism or is this, I'm not actually quite sure what to take on it.
I feel like since he got so frustrated, he kind of thinks that he is plagiarizing and he knows that he's doing wrong. Because I feel like someone who is not doing something bad, they're not going to get that frustrated. And he's done so well in his career where he doesn't need to, like, be insulted and feed off of so many people's insults. He shouldn't be feeling that way. So I think the fact that he did get so upset over the situation does make it seem like he really is plagiarizing other people's songs. But I do think overall.
Do you feel like his response was appropriate? He didn't just call them wussies. He called them something else that I cannot mention on air.
I don't think he should have responded that way. He could have been a little more subtle and pleasant about it. There's no need to, you know, be so bashful and rude.
Think about it. That's Bob Dylan for you. He's always been that way since the beginning.
True. He's got his own personality.
That's very true.
All right, well, moving on to the next topic. In a recent Forbes online article, actress Allison Pill was reported to have tweeted a topless photo of herself. She claims that she was going to delete the picture, but instead ended up posting it on the social media site. Some fans accept it as an accident and even compliment Pill for owning up to her mistake. Some fans, however, are simply no longer fans. For all the conspiracy theorists out there, how much of an accident do you think it was, and is it a forgivable mistake? Do you believe that the usage of smartphones and social media has kind of provided for the increase in these kind of celebrity accidents as well?
First off, what mistake? I mean, we've seen this happen with celebrities a lot, you know, in the past few years. I know Hayley Williams did the exact same thing, but she didn't own up to it like Allison Pill, though. So props to her for coming out and saying, okay, I did this, that's my fault. But I mean, you know, we've seen a lot more happen recently, not just celebrities, but normal people too, who are deciding to post, you know, topless photos on Twitter. I mean, I think smartphones definitely have a lot to do with it. Not a conspiracy theory, though. I mean, who knows? You could get focused between sending something out on Twitter than a text, but how could you, though? It's two different applications. So I think maybe secretly, you know, you might want to, but I don't think really it's a conspiracy.
Yeah. Well, I personally don't think that it was a mistake. I think that there's a big difference between a tweet button and a delete button with a picture. So I feel kind of like she did it on purpose.
Do you think it was a supposed publicity stunt then?
Could be publicity stunt. Could be, I guess, yeah. I feel like it was a publicity stunt.
Okay.
I feel like, you know, even if it was a publicity stunt, you know, what's Hollywood without all of that drama anyway? You know, you have to have some type of, like, something bad going on or something interesting, you know, to keep Hollywood going on, because we wouldn't even be up here if, like, people weren't doing anything stupid. So I think it's really cool that, well, I don't think it's cool that she did that, but the fact that something like that happened and the fact that she owned up to it, I, like, mad props to her. I mean, like, we need something interesting going on anyway. You know, probably putting it on Twitter is not the best idea, but, you know, props to her. I love publicity.
Her response to what she did, though,